Welcome to A Diary of Beautician. This is your host Shah. Tune in every Sunday from 9 p.m. to listen to my podcast from the health and beauty industry via my website. You can now listen to my podcast via Spotify and also on YouTube. I will be discussing various topics, stories, news and educational and historical content. Please head over to my website and subscribe to great monthly content sent to you as a newsletter. You can also book my services from the latest treatments from the comfort of your own home. Website address is www.shashalondon.co.uk. You can follow me on social network, Instagram, SSLondon84, or Facebook, shashalondon, Twitter, shashalondon. If you have any questions, feel free to send them to me via social media, or you can email me at shashalondon.info@gmail.com. So, welcome back. Thank you to everyone that has been tuning in every week to listen to my content, my podcast. I hope you're finding it very informative and educational and enjoyable. Ultimately, I hope you enjoy it. I've had a couple people reach out to me saying they really enjoyed my podcast. So thank you for being responsive and letting me know. And again, I just welcome any new person who's tuned in this week. Thank you for joining. Again, you are welcome to have a conversation with me via social network about the topics that I have discussed. If you have any questions about beauty industry, again, you can email me or you can contact me via social network. Okay, so this week I'm going to be talking about exfoliation. It won't be a long podcast this week because I think exfoliation is self-explanatory, but I want to kind of get into a little bit about it. So I really truly believe exfoliation is a good way of helping you to remove the dead skin cells that sits on top of your body. Okay, so the dead skin cells are it's your skin that is literally about to fall off. It sounds gross, right? But it's a part of your body removing what it doesn't want, okay? Which is fantastic. When you're younger, your body naturally just sheds skin. As you get older, it does take a little bit longer for the dead skin cells to shed, and this is why I encourage people over the age of 30 to exfoliate a little bit more or find ways to exfoliate, and that is going to help remove the dead skin cells. Now you're probably saying, why would I need to exfoliate? What's the purpose? Why is it so important? Well, as I stated, it helps remove the dead skin. And then think about all the products that you use, okay? So you having, let's talk about people who wear makeup. If you guys wear a lot of makeup, you will notice that you will see a buildup of makeup on your skin. So it's not sitting on your skin nice and smoothly. It's not looking even. It's looking patchy, or it's just looking thick, or it's just making you not look quite right. Okay. And again, the reason is because the dead skin cells that are sitting on top of your skin is just there. It's just not going anywhere, and it's making it look a little bit awkward, or making it look, it doesn't look right. So again, encouraging people like those who love their makeup, exfoliate. Okay, that will even the skin, it will remove the dead skin, and then you'll be able to see the makeup sitting evenly over the skin. Okay. Also, again, for the winter months, so this is my story this week. I tend to get a little bit dehydrated throughout the autumn and winter months. Okay, so my skin becomes really dry. Sometimes it can become flaky, and it just feels, it doesn't feel as soft as I want it, and it also doesn't look hydrated as I want it. So yes, I do all my cleansing and my exfoliations and stuff like that, but it's not quite where I want it to be. So I tend to, in the autumn winter months, I tend to try and get a professional facial done. And for those who don't know what that is, that's just going to see a skin therapist or a beautician or beauty therapist, and they will provide me with a some type of deeper, hydrating facial to help my skin look and feel hydrated. And it really does help, and I would recommend people to do that. Okay, once a month I do treat myself to get a facial done, and that's usually with a professional. I can do it myself ultimately, but I like to, as I work in the industry, it's good to treat yourself to something like that. Okay, so anyone who suffers with dehydration, drier skin, or flaky skin, I would recommend then seeing someone with the understanding of skin to help out. Some of the things that I was saying with the dry and dehydrated or flaky skin, if it's really severe where you're seeing a noticeable difference in the sense of like my skin has changed completely, like eczema or psoriasis, something like that, that's not just like a little flakiness, there's actually something going on, please consult your GP, your dermatologist, or your herbalist. Okay, but for me, it's, as I said, my story is every winter, and also the thing I've noticed is because I live in a colder climate more year round, so say probably about 9 to 10 months, or probably like 9 to 8 months of the year, it's always cold, wet, damp, and then the remaining months it's warm, and it could be a little bit hot. It's never extremely warm and constant. It's just cold, damp, and wet. And in those type of environment, when it's cold, damp, and wet, it can affect people. Okay, and it can affect people through, their skin. It can also affect the person, how they feel. It does, environment does play a big part in people's health and well-being. Okay, but for my skin, it doesn't appreciate the cold and damp and wet weather. So I have to stay hydrated throughout the cold months ahead. And as I said, for me, what works is having a deep exfoliation. Okay. Also, you're thinking, well, it's winter now. Why would I need an exfoliation of the body? Why would it matter? Okay, so we exfoliate our hair when we wash it, right? Because again, the scalp gets really dirty, or it needs to be washed, it needs to be cleansed. So why would you not do it for your body? Okay. Yes, you're washing your body, hopefully every day, people. Yes, every day. And in some countries it's even more warmer or hotter in other parts of the world. It's more than once a day because it's so hot and you're perspiring quite a lot, and you need to wash and bathe frequently. But in the colder climate, yes, you still need to wash. You still need to, remove all the dead skin cells, and maintain a good hygiene just for yourself. It helps protect you against from any germs, and it removes any germs that's built up on you. So it is good to have regular washes and bathing regularly. But the exfoliation part, again, as I said, it goes back to removing the dead skin cells that builds up on top of your skin, which is the epidermis layer. Okay, if you guys are tuning in, you're hearing all these technical terms, listening to my previous podcast, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't know, just go onto your search engine and you will find out. Okay, so as I said, exfoliation is good. It's good all year round. There's never a time when you don't stop exfoliating, unless you are suffering with some type of skin condition that won't permit you to do that type of exfoliation. Okay, because it could irritate it. Like I said, if you had like eczema or psoriasis, if you had something of some type of skin disease that's very, the skin's become very sensitized to a lot of things, a lot of products, then you wouldn't be exfoliating like that. Okay, there'll be other methods for you to do and things for you to use. But for everyone else, It's a great way. It's a fantastic way. And let me tell you, your skin will become literally super, super soft. It's a great way to literally feel the softness of your skin, and then your skin will be able to appreciate the products that you put onto the skin. Okay, so a lot of people, I do massaging, part of my job, and I noticed when I do a lot of massages, people tend to not exfoliate. How is that? Because I get the skin feedback. I know it sounds really gross, but I get the skin feedback when I'm massaging the oil or the cream into their skin. So that's the indication to me that person does not exfoliate and requires to have a form of exfoliation. Me just rubbing doesn't really help. It's just lifting off what needs to be removed permanently. Okay, so what I tend to tell my clients is, after like a massage, I would recommend a body exfoliation, or some places call it body polish, just to help remove the dead skin cell, and then for you to actually feel and enjoy the cream, the lotion, or the oil that's being used. It will help penetrate the skin better. Okay, so I would advise that alongside whatever treatments they would require. Okay, so the exfoliation is, as I said, a great treatment to have. It's one of them underrated treatments to have. I would always recommend it to anyone. Even like today, I had a client, and we're just doing her nails, and a lot of people tend to not exfoliate doing a manicure, but I do. And she was kind of feeling like, I'm not too sure about this. And I said, look, the exfoliation is a great way to get rid of those dead skin cells, and it's going to make your skin uber soft and hydrated. And I kid you not, she was skeptic, but she became a believer straight after I removed it with some lovely hot mitts and then put in some lovely nourishing moisturizer. And she was like, oh my gosh, my hands feel so good. And she was like, wow, what am I doing? And I'm like, you know what, it's something that, as I said, we don't talk a lot about it in the beauty industry, because there's various of treatments in the beauty industry. If you work in it, you know what I'm saying. There's so much treatments there's new treatments coming on board, so it's really it's difficult sometimes to kind of stick with the basic. And for me, exfoliation is like a basic, it's a staple treatment that people shouldn't ever forget doing. Okay, so as I said, it's just a great way to remove the dead skin, but also apply the product into the skin, and it allows the product to get in. So when you go to have facial, guys, and the therapist is talking to you about the products and so on and so on, the exfoliation part is a key to allowing all those products to get in. It's allowing the products to seep into each layers to do what it's got to do, so you can have great results. Okay, and again, for the body, having a body polish or body exfoliation, again, it's removing the dead skin cells, and it's allowing the product to get in and make sure that your skin becomes hydrated. Okay, so have it, try it, do it, and you don't have to come to a beautician to have a body polish or a body exfoliation. You can do this at home, and you can use the products in your home. Okay, you can use some refined sea salt. You can add some lime or some lemon in there, add a little bit of oil. Okay, mix it up, and then just gently exfoliate from top to bottom. Do mind your sensitive areas, so that's your private areas or your eyes. Anything like that is sensitive, then please be very careful. Okay, but you can exfoliate like the legs, the arms, the stomach, along your chest. Okay, you can even do like a facial one as well. If you don't like the salt, then you can use coconut sugar. You can use coconut sugar, which is really a great one to use. It's really soft. And again, just use the oil of your choice, a little bit of lime or lemon, just mix it up and then just gently exfoliate away. If you feel it's a little bit too harsh on your hands, then pop some gloves on. You can buy like exfoliating mitts from like high street stores, or you can get it from your therapist. They can get them for you, or you can buy them online and you can just exfoliate with those mitts, and just remove the dead skin. Again, these treatments are essential just to help with the moisture and the hydration going into your body with your products, okay? So it will just save you. And just think, all those years and all those days you're putting on those products and you're thinking, gosh, why am I feeling so oily? Why is this, sitting on the top of my skin? Why is it not making my skin feel so soft? Well, now you know. Now you know. All that product is not getting in because the skin's just not leaving you, okay? And we need to find a way of removing that, and exfoliation is the way. So treatments you can have for your facial, you can have a microdermabrasion. So that's a mechanical treatment where the therapist will use a device to remove the dead skin cells. It's a really nice treatment. It can be a little bit harsh if you've got very sensitive skin, and you tend to, mark or bruise easily, then probably wouldn't recommend it. If you've got some type of condition or something like that, that could have, it could affect you. It may not, but again, that's something you will discuss with your beautician or your beauty therapist on consultation. But microdermabrasion is really nice. It just helps remove the dead skin cell, and that's inside your facial treatment. You can do a physical, as I said, using products at home, or you can buy them from your high street salons or spas, or even online. And those are like face exfoliators, and again, go gear towards products that is your skin type. So if you're someone with a combination, go with combination. If you're someone who has normal skin. If you've got a little bit oily, go with oily. Go with whatever your skin type is. Whatever your skin type is, make sure you get the products for that skin type. Because again, you don't want to irritate or create more problems for your skin. Okay, so for the face, as I said, you can do a microdermabrasion, which is a mechanical. You can do a physical, which is just using product and then gently exfoliating it on the face, and then just washing it off with lukewarm water or some hot mitts or a towel, however you want to do it. You've also got other devices on the market. So you've got like a brush wand where it's a mechanical. So it's like a bristle head and it's like a little wand, and you turn it on, it just rotates around the face and it kind of gives like an exfoliation. You also have got ones that look like they're like little pads, plastic pads, but they're electrical, and they've got these little silicone bumps on them, and again, you press it, it vibrates, and it's just helping to vibrate and exfoliate the skin with the product on there, obviously, and then washing it off. You've got You've got one called hydrofacial. So hydrofacial is again where they're using like peptides and glycolic and and water as well, to help push water into the skin and the products in, and removing all the dirt and grime out of the skin. So that's another form of exfoliation. You've got chemical peels, which is it's in the name, chemical, a safe chemical that and remember, again, make sure you go to someone who knows what they're talking about, which is someone who's trained and knows exactly what they're doing. Because there's a lot of people online just telling you, and people are just buying products offline without actually getting their skin assessed. So let someone assess your skin and give you the right products towards your skin, okay? So yeah, the chemical peel again is chemical, which again can help with exfoliating the skin depending on what type of condition you have. So sometimes chemical peels are good for people who have melasma or have hyperpigmentation. Again, I spoke about hyperpigmentation a couple of weeks ago, listening to that. So yeah, I've named a few treatments on the market. There's a few more, but again, seek, all this information from your beautician, from your beauty therapist, from your skin therapist, for the facials that have the different types of exfoliation. For the body, as I said, you can either do what I said earlier on, have using the products in your cupboard and making your own little body exfoliator, or you can buy products on the market, okay, like you can get a loofah roll. They're pretty old school, but they're still effective, okay? So they're like these white sort of looking, they're quite thick sponges. And then when they're hard to touch at first. So loofah roll, they're like plants, and they dry them out and you take out all the seeds and then become like, like a big old sponge. But it's like when you wet the sponge, it kind of softens up, but it's really good for exfoliation of the body. So it's a really natural, organic, nature product for my vegan crew. You would appreciate a loofah roll. You can buy mitts, as I mentioned before. Mitts are really good. You can get them in your high street stores, or your beauty supply stores, or from your beauticians. And again, those are mitts you just pop your hand into and you can begin to gently exfoliate, okay, all over the body. Or you can buy products from various companies that do body exfoliants, okay. Again, the key is removing the dead skin, washing, exfoliating, and then hydrating. And do remember, I like to always put in the mix, even though we're treating the external of the body, it's always good to treat the internal. So again, it's what you're putting in, okay? It's what you're putting in is reflecting what is on the outside. So that is it. It's pretty short, sweet, and powerful this week. But again, it's just I just felt it was something that I just need to talk about and kind of tell people, okay, it's cold. Yeah, it's winter here in the UK and in across Europe, well, most parts of Europe. But it's a great time to exfoliate. Don't stop. If you haven't begun, begin. It's a great treatment. It's something you can do at home on a budget, or you can buy it, or you can go and see someone to do it, okay? Love it, enjoy it. Your skin's going to love it. You're going to love it. And yeah, I hope that this has been very informative. And yeah, if you've got any more questions, please do feel free to ask. If there's anything that I've missed out, please let me know and I can include it again on another podcast. And as I said, even though I'm doing this, I hope this is giving somebody out there the hope to combat something that they've been putting off, or doing something about something they've been sleeping on for a long time. It's never too late to make a change, and I hope that all the stuff that I talk about is making a difference or giving you heads up how to treat your health and well-being. So tune in next week and I will see you then. Bye.